Hi everyone, welcome back to Miller Music Studios, where we're continuing our adult track. Page 12. We're studying the right hand C position. Place the RH, and that's the right hand, and you'll see RH for right hand even in the most advanced music, and LH for left hand. Place your right hand on the keyboard so that the first finger falls on middle C. How do you find middle C? Most pianos have a name where the first letter falls around where middle C is. If you don't have that, then the E and the F is the true center of the piano. That's where your belly button should line up with. Now, there's a C to the left of this group of two black keys, and there's a C to the left of that group of two black keys, and the one that's the closest to the midline is that one. That's the winner. That's middle C. So put your finger number 1, your thumb, on middle C, and your 2 on D, 3 on E, 4 on F, and 5 on G. That is right hand C position, and more exactly middle C position. So we're going to let the remaining 4 fingers fall naturally on the next 4 white keys. Keep the fingers curved and relaxed. Now, this is curled, and if you just relax your hand, that's curved. So we want it just in a natural curved position. The names of the 5 keys are in alphabetical order: C, D, E, F, G. Notes for this position are written on the treble staff. Now the staff is the 5 lines and 4 spaces with a clef placed on them. This clef is the treble clef, and that's the sign that's used for middle C and all the notes to the right. The treble staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. Think about this. If you look at your hand, you're going to have 5 fingers, and there's 4 spaces in between them. So that sometimes helps you remember the 5 lines and the 4 spaces. Middle C is written on a short line below the staff, and that's called a ledger line. So this is a ledger line, and these are the 5 long lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. D is written in the space below the staff. So the first line is E, and just below it is the space D. And that D is in between the middle C line and the E line. So that's a D space. Each next higher note is written on the next higher line or space. So you can see here, if middle C is written on a line, which it is, then D is the next note higher, and it's the next note up in the space above the C line. Then D steps up to E, and on the staff it steps up to the line above the D space to the E line. Then the E line, we would step up from E to the F space, and you can see that F is 1 higher in pitch. And then F in a space is going to step up to the G line, and G is to the right of the F on the keyboard, and we're going up in pitch as we're going up the staff. So it sounds like this. Middle C steps up to D, steps up to E, steps up to F, steps up to G. Now that's actually very important, because sometimes we're going to step up in a song, and sometimes we're going to skip. So if we go from a line to a line, we're skipping over a space. And as we get more advanced, we're going to see different steps and skips, and these are called intervals. So the reason it's important to think of steps and skips and intervals is because it will help, instead of thinking always the second line is a G, the first line is an E, we'll see the relationship between them. And so if you know one note and you see them stepping up, Even if it's written very high on ledger lines, it will be easy because you know stepwise and you know skips and intervals. So we'll get there, but I wanted to tell you that this is very important to understand steps. Here's a right hand warm-up. Play the following warm-up. Say the name of each note aloud as you play. Repeat until you can play smoothly and evenly. As the notes go higher on the keyboard, they're written higher on the staff. So here we go. Put your hand in middle C position, and we'll begin with the top line. Play and say with me. C, D, E, F, G. Now we're going to do that again. C, D, E, F, G. Now the second line. This is G, F, E, D, C. And the notes are stepping down. So we have 5 on G, 4 on F, 3 on E, 2 on D, 1 on C. G, F, E, D, C. Next line, C, D, E, F, G, and then stepping down, G, F, E, D, C. All right, let's begin. C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. Very good. So practice stepping up and stepping down in the middle C position, and I'll see you on our next video, and each video we're going to get progressively more advanced. Volume 2, remember, of this series is already college level. All right, happy practicing. Here's your kiss.